Hey friend, welcome back to the Best of the Bible Hangout. I am Sherri James. I'm the creator of the Metaphysical Bible Hangout. And this month we have been looking at step 4 of a process that I call Empower the Giant Within You. Now we've been revisiting a series that we did in 2015 by the same name, based on a book called What Are You by Imelda Shanklin. And this whole month we have been exploring step 4, which is, can you tell the difference between the fake world and the real world? Now, before I get going into all of that, I want to let you know that I've got a free gift for you at the end of this, but you got to watch all the way through. But it's my way of saying thank you for being a part of the premiere and just to let you know how much I appreciate you. Okay, let's get into it. So we got 5 Mondays in this month, so there have been 5 parts. So this is part 4 of step 4. Can you tell the difference between the fake world and the real world? So just for the sake, if you didn't see the other videos, the fake world is the world that is coming in through your 5 senses. You can perceive it with your taste, touch, hearing, smell, and sight, right? The real world is that which is eternal, that which is unchanging. By definition, that makes it invisible, that makes it unending, eternal, right? And so those are the 2 differences, almost the difference between heaven and earth, right? Can you tell the difference? And so we want to explore what makes it so hard. Like, why is it so easy for me to give in to the things that I take in by my 5 senses? You know, in the kind of conversation that we're having right now, it's easy to separate, to pull back from the problems of the world, to pull back from the things that you're going through in your day-to-day life. But it's when you're in your day-to-day life that you have the most challenges with separating that and not believing the report of your senses. Right? And instead believing the report of your intuition. So one of the things that she says that makes it so hard is that we believe in the myth of time. We believe in the myth of time. Time is a man-made concept. The past and the future exist entirely in your mind. The past and the future exist entirely in your mind. The only moment is this now moment. There is no past. There's simply what you remember of the past. And and let me be clear, there's really just the story that you told about the past. Because if you sat down with your siblings or with somebody else who was at an experience that you went through, you each would have different reports about that experience. And the further away that you get from the experience, the more your story about the experience changes. The future only exists in your mind. It only exists in your mind. When you get there, it's going to be now. The only time is now. Largely what keeps us in places of frustration, of anger, of distrust, of defensiveness, of resentment, or whatever, is that we have stepped outside of the now moment. We are remembering some past hurt. We're remembering some past offense or some good thing. You know, I don't know if you met that person, but I know I have. That person that's living all in the glory of the past days. You know, when I was in high school, I was the star athlete and I could do this thing and I could do that thing. And it's like, this is the only time. The only time is now. So it is letting go of this idea of past and future and acting in and living in and moving in the only moment that there is, which is right now. The other thing that keeps us from believing in the real world versus the fake world is that we get caught up with where we come from, right? Meaning, I was raised in Brooklyn and in the housing projects, or I was raised on the farm out in the country or whatever. Your life is an individual responsibility. It is an individual opportunity. The only ancestor that matters in your lineage is the you of today. Hear that. We get caught up on like the things that the experiences that we had by the people who raised us. And I want to help you. The only ancestor that matters in your lineage is the you of today, because it is you who is making choices that is going to build the you of tomorrow. It will be what you do today that determines who you become. You cannot go back and get a new beginning. You cannot go back and unknow or know what you didn't know then. But what you can do is start right now and make better choices to produce the you that you desire to see for tomorrow. The brick, the seed, whatever analogy you like, is in your hands. It is on you to create the you that you desire to spend your future with. Why is it so hard to tell the difference between the fake world and the real world? We believe in the myth of age. Oh, that's a big one. That's a big one. We believe in the myth of age. This is what she says. Years do not make you old. You do not grow old because the earth swings around the sun. I love that. I love the language that she uses. You do not grow old because the earth swings around the sun. You know, some people will say that, happy trip around the sun and another 365. That you do not grow old because the earth swings around the sun. The life force within you, that which animates you, that which gives you energy, that which is breathing itself as you right now, can never age. Think about that. That's so powerful. That life force doesn't age. Oh, if you get this, you will be eternally youthful. The life force that animates you does not diminish as the numbers add up chronologically. You are responsible for keeping yourself young by learning new things. The brain is malleable. They have this thing that they study now, neuroplasticity, meaning that the brain is constantly forming new neurons. And if you give it new stuff, if you keep learning, it will keep forming new neurons. You have eternity baked into you. Eternity is who you are. There's nothing you can do about it, but you gotta stop believing in the myth of age. All right, that's it for this video. So why is it so hard for us? I'm just review. Why is it so hard for us to believe in the real world versus the fake world, or be able to tell the difference between the two? Well, the first is that we believe in the myth of time. We think that time is real. The second one is we believe in the myth of space, that we get caught up with where we came from without realizing that the only ancestor that matters, the only space that matters is the space that I'm inhabiting today. And we get caught up in the myth of age, thinking that these numbers, as they creep up, as we grow older, that somehow that diminishes the life force, and it does not. All right, my friend, thank you so much. Your free gift is on the next screen, and I will see you next week when we complete our conversation on can you tell the difference between the fake world and the real world. Take care.